Doctors warn, holding your pee too long can kill you. Here's the exact limit. 9 out of 10 people do this every single day, without ever imagining the risk they're taking. Holding your pee. It sounds silly, almost automatic, but there's an exact point where this common habit stops being harmless, and turns into real danger. And most of us have already crossed that line without even noticing. Hit subscribe right here on the channel before I show you exactly where that line is, because after today, you're going to notice this detail every single day of your life. This starts really early. As a kid, you learn to recognize that feeling and to control it, in a kind of training that pretty much every human being on the planet goes through, no matter the country, the era, or the culture. It's something you pick up in your first few years of life, and it never really turns off. Decades later, as an adult, you repeat this action several times a day without a second thought, without ever imagining there's an entire system working quietly behind the scenes. And this isn't something that came with modern life. Entire empires dealt with the same pressure. The Romans had public communal restrooms, with no dividers at all, just to handle the same urge you feel today locked alone behind a door. For most of history, with no sewage systems, no toilets, no privacy whatsoever, holding it in wasn't a choice, it was basically mandatory. Today, there's a bathroom on practically every corner, and yet, most people still choose to put it off. The process kicks off the moment you drink water. Your body uses what it needs, and sends the rest to your kidneys, which filter your blood like a tireless strainer, separating out the extra water, salts, and waste your body no longer needs. That liquid travels down 2 thin tubes, called ureters, into your bladder, which acts like a balloon slowly filling up, in no hurry at all. At around 7 ounces, less than a standard can of soda, the muscular wall stretches just enough to send a direct signal to your brain. That's the exact moment you feel that familiar urge. Yeah, most people kind of understand that, even without ever stopping to connect the dots. But I promise you, there's a hidden number in this story that almost nobody knows, and that exact number is what separates the harmless habit from real danger. That warning signal your bladder sends out doesn't reach your conscious mind like some kind of on and off switch. It travels up a nerve, crosses through your spinal cord, and lands in an ancient region of your brain, almost like a biological autopilot. In there, within seconds, a negotiation happens. One part asks if you can hold it a little longer. Another part answers that time's up. You don't decide this on your own. Your body is negotiating the whole time, silently, without ever checking in with you. And that deadline has real numbers behind it. At around 17 ounces, roughly the size of a small water bottle, the pressure already hurts for real. Go past 34 ounces, a full liter bottle, and you're entering extreme danger territory, the point where your bladder can actually rupture. This isn't some urban legend, it's not horror movie exaggeration. It's a documented risk in medical literature. The good news is, your body almost always protects you before that happens. In the overwhelming majority of cases, you lose bladder control long before any serious damage occurs. There are only a handful of extremely rare cases of people who don't feel that warning coming, usually under the effect of heavy alcohol use or anesthesia, when the body loses its ability to sense its own limit. That's when the risk of rupture becomes real, and surgery is usually the only way to repair the damage. But here's the thing. The most common danger isn't that rare explosion. It's the silent wear and tear that almost nobody notices happening, day after day. Holding it too much, week after week, month after month, teaches your bladder to get lazy. It stretches so much so often, that it loses its ability to bounce back to its normal size, and starts emptying only halfway. A bladder that never fully empties becomes the perfect breeding ground for bacteria to multiply. And that's exactly how most urinary tract infections start. It's no coincidence that this hits women a lot more than men. The female urethra is only about 1.5 inches long, while the male urethra is almost 8 inches. Less distance for bacteria to travel means a higher chance of infection. In more serious cases, trapped urine backs up the wrong way, travels up to the kidneys, and what started as discomfort turns into an infection, sometimes even permanent kidney damage. Some groups feel this pressure even more intensely. Pregnant women carry extra weight pressing directly against the bladder, which makes the urge hit more often, with less warning. Older adults naturally have weaker muscles in that area over time, which shortens the gap between the first signal and the point of no return. Same body, Same urge, completely different margins depending on the stage of life. And here's the most dangerous part. This isn't some rare slip-up by careless people. It's basically become an unwritten rule of adult life. Rideshare drivers who can't just stop the car in the middle of a ride. Truckers on a highway with no rest stop for hours. Meeting after meeting, back to back, too afraid to interrupt the boss. It's not carelessness, it's not laziness. It's the routine itself pushing this habit until it becomes automatic, every single day, for almost everyone. There's a combo that makes all of this even worse, and it's sitting on practically every bar table in the country. Alcohol and caffeine make your body produce more urine than normal, and at the same time, they mess with your brain's ability to sense urgency. It's not bad luck, it's not an accident, it's straight up biochemistry. The same night out that gets you drinking more also gets you ignoring your body's signal for longer, a perfect combination for overloading your bladder without you even realizing it. There's also the flip side of this, something almost nobody talks about. Some people feel a real mental block when it comes to peeing anywhere other than their own bathroom at home, even when their bladder is aching from being full. It's called shy bladder, and it's linked to anxiety, and for people who deal with it, a public restroom at the mall becomes a massive obstacle. The body sends the signal, but the mind shuts the process down. Proof that this whole mechanism is physical and psychological at the same time, never just one or the other. There's even a benchmark for what counts as healthy here. Going to the bathroom somewhere between 6 and 8 times a day is what's expected for most adults. Going a lot less than that can be a sign that you're holding it out of habit, or simply not drinking enough water. And you can actually train this system, literally, with contraction and relaxation exercises, the same ones recommended after pregnancy or later in life, an invisible workout almost nobody actually does. There's also a visual clue to all of this balance, hidden right in the color of your pee, something you look at every single day without paying attention. Clear or a very light yellow, that's a sign everything's fine. Dark, almost amber, that's your body begging for water. Even the smell tells a story most people ignore. After eating asparagus, that strange smell is just a harmless, almost funny chemical reaction. But a persistent sweet smell can be a sign of high blood sugar, and in that case, it's worth seeing a doctor. Notice how all of this has been right under your nose, literally. The color, the smell, the frequency, that feeling of pressure. Your body is sending out reports all day long. The only difference is, almost nobody's ever learned how to read them, and that's exactly why so many people cross that danger line without even realizing it. Maybe the right question isn't how many people hold their pee without knowing the risk. Maybe the right question is, how long have you been ignoring that same warning, thinking it was just some annoying little detail, with no real importance at all? If this video made you think twice before holding it in next time, hit like and subscribe, because that's exactly what Obvium is here for. To show you what was obvious the whole time, that nobody ever stopped to explain. And the next time that urge hits in the middle of something important, remember this: your body isn't bothering you, it's warning you.